What's up, guys? This is Sports Suck 101. Today's video will continue for some more previous videos. I make my way to college football. Today, we're actually going to take a look. I've been doing a lot of college football last week or two. Today, and I'm going to see if I can do this. There. We are gonna take a look at NFL for the very first time. I'm still do that. I'm not saying I'm taking a break from college football. I am still going to do college football. I'm making my way. I decided maybe start doing some NFL as well. Combine a little bit of NFL with let's see here. All right, there we go. Okay. So today we'll start with the NFC West with the Seattle Seahawks, defending Super Bowl champs. Okay. Alright. Let's share this is screen. Look, Seahawks won the Super Bowl. I love Mike Macdonald. Mike Macdonald is, I think, the youngest coach to win the Super Bowl. Sam Darnold and company. We're going to start with week 1. We're kicking things off against the Patriots. Super Bowl rematch. This is probably the most watched game of the year. They go on the road, play Cardinals, on the road against Commanders, and home against the Chargers. Home against the 49ers. On the road against the Broncos. Home against the Chiefs. Home against the Bears. Home against the Cardinals. On the road against Raiders. Head to your bye week. On the road against the 49ers. Home against the Cowboys. Home against the Giants. On the road against the Eagles. Home against the Rams. On the road against Panthers. And on the road against the Rams. Yes, we go. If you were to look over under right now, it's 10.5 right now for betting odds purposes. But I think you'll win this game. I think you go on the road, beat the Seahawks. This just starts these up. You're gonna lose some games. You will lose some games. You're supposed to 4-0 in the first 4 games. That's pretty impressive. You could beat the 49ers. I think this is where things start to just first of all, Denver on the road. Denver, that's tough for us to play. Thursday night game. Some of these wins are going to be just the easy win. You're basically one loss heading to the bye week, essentially. You will be the 49ers. Let's see. Win. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's over, but it's being told. They have it. 14-4 for the Seattle Seahawks. Let me just show this over there. Boom, boom. You know, look, I like Seahawks. Seahawks is a really good program. I like what Sam Darnold, I know they got rid of, but she come back. You do lose Kenneth Walker. He goes to the Chiefs. This is a team that does a really good job. It really had a job in the NFL draft, and we'll see what it could do for agency, but except message for agency. They address the weakness. This is a really good team, really good program. One of the best teams. They, of course, won Super Bowl for a reason. Can the Seahawks win again another Super Bowl? That's the biggest question. And the answer is yes. This team is capable of winning. You have JSN. You have a really good team offensively. It's just, but look at the schedule. 4-4 in this schedule might be the best record. 4 losses. Now, this team can go 10-7, 14-4, and still do well. But 4-loss team, that's a playoff team. It's that means you're in the playoffs. Depending on the record of other better team, you could still compete for a bye week at 1-1 which is really huge deal when it comes to playoffs, and especially in the NFC West, with teams like the 49ers, the Rams, the Cardinals, and the 49ers. I mean, you only compete against the Rams and the 49ers. Cardinals not competing with Cardinals this year, at least not for the next 2 years. Cardinals need to figure out something. I'll talk about Cardinals when I get a Cardinals video. But in the sense of the Rams, the Rams and 49ers are really your competition within the NFC West. Outside the NFC West, for the competition that's within the NFC, it's on your Cowboys, Bears, possibly the Commanders if they're any good, if they have some good years, and it's Eagles, and possibly the Giants and the Cowboys. I mean that's it. We're still realistically, I don't know. I honestly don't know. But anyways, that is my prediction for the Seattle Seahawks. Alright, so look at the 49ers. Look, 49ers are a really good team, a good program. It's a program that's going to do well. Okay, it's really good. What's the program? Team, per se. I know Kyle Shanahan gets a little knock on for the Seattle, for what he does at the 49ers for Brock Purdy and company. But the 49ers are a really good team. They have been a good program. You know, you have Brock Purdy, a quarterback. You have Christian McCaffrey, of course, Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, the whole George Kittle, the whole 49ers situation. And I look at the schedule for next year. 49ers may be coming back to Super Bowl. They might not be coming back to exactly win the Super Bowl, but they got a chance to compete for a Super Bowl. And this, of course, lost to the Rams New Year's game in Melbourne. But this is where all hell breaks loose. You can see where my head's taking. How many losses has? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 losses. So 11-6? 11-6. I believe the over-under is at 9.5. And then it's over. So, sorry. Probably should just see the matchup. Sorry about that. But there you go. So week 1, you saw against easy matchup against Rams. I think you'll lose that one. You bounce back, win back-to-back games against the Cardinals, get Dolphins, both at home games. Going home, you lose the back-to-back games, home and away against the Broncos, 4 Seahawks. 2 really good programs, 2 really good teams. You beat the Commanders, beat the Falcons. You'll beat the bye week, a little bye week. Week 9, week 10 win. Week 11 win on the road in New Mexico City. And your select games lose against the Seahawks, lose against the Giants, lose the Rams again, lose the Chargers, win against the Chiefs, win against the Eagles, and win against the Cardinals. You know how I feel about bye week. Bye week should be like week 10, week 11, week 11, week 10 to week 12 is the ideal bye week. Week 8, week 9, bye week, forget it. I do not like early bye weeks. I like the bye weeks where it's not exactly just close enough to its mid-season. But what am I say about that? But that's the 49ers for you. Really good program, Kyle Shanahan. We'll see what this future brings for this pro team over in the Bay City area. And future is bright. Probably not as bright as the Cardinals. Cardinals, I have no clue. They have no quarterback, no Kyler Murray. They do have Carson back. Maybe he's the quarterback. I have no idea who's going to be the quarterback for this. Cardinals don't get anything coming for them because this will probably be the worst year for the Cardinals once more. Yeah, I mean, look at this. 4 straight losses, 5 straight losses, not loss, oh boy. Loss. I mean, are they going to win a game? Well, the question is, yes. But which one? And unfortunately, the only win that they're going to get comes down at the right moment of the season. It is what it is. You'll get 3 wins. 3 wins, so that will make it, because the over-under, I believe, is at 3.5. So 3.5, and that's a 3 win. I agree with the over. I think the under should be at 3.5. I'm taking the under just because it's the Cardinals, and they don't know. And the bye week is at a really good time. I mean, really good time. Week 14, that's a good thing, but that's also a really late bye week too. I figure week 12, week 10 to week 12 is the really sweet spot. It's week 13, 14, 15, not as bad. But weeks 13, 14 not bad. 15 to 18 is really bad. 15 to 17, 16, that's a really terrible bye week. It's too late bye week. You know how I feel about bye weeks and by time. So we got the Cardinals, the 49ers, and the Seahawks. I feel like we're missing one more team in the NFC. Oh, we are one more team in the NFC West. And that's Los Angeles Rams. Matthew Stafford, Mike McVay, a former Super Bowl winning team. Los Angeles Rams out in LA, SoFi Stadium. Boy, I look at the schedule. This is will be good. They head to East Melbourne to take on the 49ers. So the week 1, and that's going to be on Netflix. I'm going to watch that game for sure. I think it'll be the most watched game in week 1, along with, of course, Super Bowl rematch against the Patriots and the Seahawks. You saw the season on the road, the big win, W there, a W against the Broncos. I think you'll beat the Broncos. I think you'll beat them. It is Sunday Night Football. That's be a really good game. You beat the Rams. Then you get the Eagles. I think you'll lose your first game against the Bills just because of a good program, a really good team. You need a loss, but you'll bounce back with 3-1. I think an in-state game against the Chargers. I think you will beat the Chargers. You'll beat the Commanders. You'll beat Week 11. That's perfect bye week for the Rams. You beat the Packers. You'll beat the Chiefs. I think you beat the 49ers. You beat the only loss is week 5. So reality is the over-under for the Rams right now is 11.5. you hit the over. You're hitting the over if you get one loss. Now, could lose one of the games? Yeah, is obviously the truth. That means they cannot split up 11 games. So if they under, that means you go 11 wins or less. To get over, you can hit 11 plus win, which I have hit over. 11 there, 1 is there. I'm going to say this over here one more time to show you the weekly, but we'll go back to week 1 where I stand right over here. You might be thinking, could they lose the Seahawks? Yeah. Could they split the series against the Seahawks? That's possible. Could they split the series against the 49ers? Possibly. Could they lose to the Eagles? Yes. Could the Broncos? Absolutely. Could lose the Chargers? Absolutely. That is your NFC West for folks. The Cardinals, the Rams, the 49ers, and the Seahawks. The NFC, the reigning division champions of the NFC East, the defending Super Bowl region or division champions. Thanks to the Seahawks, member of the comp division, and of the NFC, the North Football Conference West. They have guys for NFL preview prediction video. Look at the odds. AFC NFL season is right around the corner. I believe mid-September, second week of September, will start NFL season. Preseason will come up in August, so we're gonna get ready for those. Like and subscribe to the channel. Head up, Chris, up. I'm supposed to sign out. See you next video. Peace.